In today's session, we are going to look at one more mechanism which will in turn cause attenuation. Okay, under the transmission characteristics, in the attenuation part, we have already completed material absorption, then linear scattering losses, non-linear scattering losses. In the previous session, we have taken this two different non-linear scattering losses. Today, we are going to look at the fiber bending losses. Okay, I hope it is visible to you clearly. Fine. Fiber bending losses. As the name suggests, what comes to your mind is whenever a fiber has a bend. Okay, as you know, even if we are able to manufacture a big long optical fiber cable which runs in kilometers, but you cannot lay the cable in a straight line always, because obviously the way our housings are there, the way the cables are laid down, they definitely encounter certain lefts and rights, right? So whenever we come across such condition, whenever an optical fiber is bent, then certain losses do exist. Okay, we are going to study those losses today. Fiber bending losses, a loss induced by the physical stress on the fiber. So what is this physical stress? Okay, you can see here, assume you are laying a optical fiber cable and you come across certain, right turn or left turn, whatever, and your optical fiber is bent. So here you come across a little pressure or a strain, because of which the losses do exist. Okay, the meaning of the statement. These fiber losses are actually the losses which exist when optical fiber undergoes bending, as the name suggests, fiber bending losses. So optical fibers, they suffer radiation losses at bends or curves on their paths. This is due to the energy in the evanescent field. So what is this evanescent field? Let me just show you. We have already seen this structure when we were dealing with modes in a planar waveguide and a circular waveguide. So we have come across different modes. This is your lower order mode with the n value as 0. Here it is 1, 2, and so on. It will increase. This number indicates number of crossings. Okay, number of crossings you can see here. Number of crossing is what? The field is crossing this line. That is your fiber core axis. That is 1. So this is equal to 1. And here 2 times it is crossing, it is equal to 2. Okay, this structure we have already discussed under the heading modes in a planar waveguide. We have seen that here, moreover, at the core, the field is concentrated. And the extension here, this field structure, even we have utilized in case of MFD. If you remember, mode field diameter, when we have taken the field distribution as a Gaussian distribution. Okay, so here the field is moreover concentrated or focused on to the location. It is at the core part, right? But you can see some the color, the shaded part, it is going into the cladding, right? So as and when at the center it is maximum, and on both sides it is tapering, and some part is entering into the cladding region. So as the mode is increasing, this shaded part is increasing further. For higher order modes, this particular entry of the field into the cladding region is becoming more and more. We call this field which is entering into the cladding region, we call it evanescent field. Hope you understood this. What is evanescent field? This is due to the energy in the evanescent field at the bending exceeding the velocity of the light in the cladding. So I will explain you what do you mean by this, exceeding the velocity of light in the cladding, and why this kind of loss happens with the structure, proper structure I will explain you. Hence, the guidance mechanism is inhibited. Okay, the guided modes which will propagate through the optical fiber, they will be inhibited. So this will cause what? The light energy to be radiated from the fiber. Okay, it will go out. What we call it, the escape ray. I think I have written somewhere here. No, where I have written, just a second. Let me just show you. Somewhere I had mentioned. Yeah, escaped ray. Okay, so the loss is in the form of a heat, or it is radiated like this. It will escape. It will not propagate through the optical fiber. Okay. Now you can see there is one sample figure I have shown you. Optical fiber. This is your only core I have drawn. Okay. Here outside you will get the cladding. I have written here cladding. Okay. So cladding will also be there. Just mainly I'm concentrating on the core material. So core is here bent a little. Okay. So there is a bend. That too, this bend is very smooth. With this, you know, this is your field distribution, and this is your what? As the modes propagate, higher order modes are formed. And if you see, if the light wave propagates through this core, and whenever you come across this light wave, come across a bend, this field region, it will be, you know, moreover getting, after this I will show you one more figure wherein here the whatever evanescent field is there, which is into the cladding region, it will increase further rather than the core material. Okay, so this is one figure showing the bending, and this is your radius of curvature of the bend. You know what is the radius of curvature. Okay, this is the radius of the curvature. No doubt this is bit smoother, but in this the next section, in the next figure, what I will show you, somewhat very drastic radius is getting changed. Now, part of the light traveling in the cladding, as I told you, evanescent field, it needs to travel faster than the velocity of light. Okay, I'll explain you this. Okay, take this. This is your core. Again, I'm concentrating on core. Yes, surrounded by it is cladding. Then, if a light is entered into this core, it undergoes total internal reflection. As you can see, the even arrow mark I have shown you. Sorry, I forgot here. Whenever this light, it passes through this portion, that is wherever there is a bend, that time actually what will happen? The condition for total internal reflection is the angle of incidence should be greater than the critical angle. Please go through the previous recall, try to recall what is the refraction, what is total internal reflection. We have put certain conditions. The condition for total internal reflection is angle of incidence should be greater than the critical angle. Okay, then only the total internal reflection happens. But however, what happens here is, when it touches this particular interface, this portion, here this condition is not met. Angle of incidence is not greater than the critical angle, because of which even I'll tell you why critical angle value will also change. Because whenever there is a bend, what will happen? The refractive index of this core will change. You know how the critical angle is dependent on the refractive indices, right? So whenever there is a bend, when you come across certain bend, the radius will at this bend portion, the radius will decrease compared to the remaining. You might have observed this. Even if you take a straw, okay, through which you drink juices, just make a little bend, what will happen? That portion will be what? It will be pinched, and that portion's radius will be reduced. So the same thing happens here also, because of the, as it is affecting the radius, the bend is affecting the radius. What will happen? The refractive index, it will affect the refractive index, in turn critical angle, because of which ये जो total internal reflection का condition है, it will not be met, because of which it will not pass like this. Actually it should pass like this, right? But what is happening here? There is a refraction and it will enter the, what is this? This is a cladding material, right? So it is entering into the cladding. Ideally, what should happen? It should have come like this. Let me take a different color. This is your cladding material. This is blue color indicates the ray propagating. So when it encounters this interface, here it should have passed like this. But what is happening? It is not getting totally internal reflected. However, it is encountering a refraction, so it will deviate. It will enter the cladding. Now I'll tell you the meaning of this statement. So whatever the ray of light which is traveling into the cladding, okay, into the cladding, it needs to travel faster than the velocity of light, because whenever a wave is propagating inside this core, it is having the velocity equal to the velocity. What is the velocity of the light? It is c, right? 3 into 10 raised to 8. With that much of speed, that wave is propagating. However, when this blue color line, sorry, the yellow color line, you can see it has already entered the cladding. Now, further, if it is like this, okay, something like this, ये जो ray है, yellow color ray, it has to travel a longer distances, right? क्योंकि if you compare, core is inside. core में जो भी waves जाएंगे, these are very shorter compared to the cladding. cladding का radius ज्यादा है, core का कम है. Because of this difference, core is having a little radius compared to the cladding. So जो भी ray cladding में enter हो रहा है, it has to travel longer paths, because of which it has to cope up, it has to match up with the speed in order to enter into the core material back. But that is not happening. Okay, it cannot pick up the speed. The ray which is entering into the cladding, it has to travel longer distance. The path is bit longer, so it should it should travel faster than the velocity of light, which is not at all possible. The maximum velocity itself is a c. It is not possible for that ray to propagate more than that velocity, because of which what will happen? It will not come back to the core. What it will do? It will simply radiate. It will escape. That we call it escaped ray. Okay, hope you understood this concept, which is not at all possible, as I told you. Hence, energy is lost through the radiation. Now, the loss can be generally represented by the radiation attenuation coefficient alpha subscript r, which is given by C1 e raised to in the power minus C2 into r. So what is this r? R is the radius of curvature of the fiber bend. ये fiber, optical fiber कितना bend हुआ है? This radius. Okay, this is the radius of curvature. So that is capital R. C1 and C2 are the constants. Further, the larger bending losses, they tend to occur in the multimode fibers. So obviously, multimode fibers may, there are many rays passing through the core material. So it is observed that the bending losses, they are more in multimode fibers compared to the single mode fibers. And the critical radius of the curvature RC, ये एक critical value है RC, over which this bending is possible. That is the critical radius of curvature. So that is given by RC is equal to, I am talking about multimode. Okay, multimode. So RC is equal to 3 n1 square lambda divided by 4 pi n1 square minus n2 square raised to 3 by 2. So where n1 and n2, already, core and cladding refractive indices, lambda is the operational wavelength, okay, and remaining are the constants. So this is your critical radius of curvature RC for a multimode fiber. And for single mode fiber, the formula will be RCS. Yes indicates single mode. It is a 20 lambda divided by n1 minus n2 raised to 3 by 2. Here you have some numbers. You should remember this. It is 2.748 minus 0.996 into lambda by lambda c. Lambda is your operational wavelength. Lambda c is the cutoff wavelength of the optical fiber. Okay, raised to minus 3. So this is the formula. This is for multi-mode. This is for single mode. This is the value of critical radius of curvature. Okay, this is about the generally what is the fiber bending loss, what is the phenomenon, and how it is. Now coming to the types. There are basically two types of bending losses. One is macro bending, or yes, macro bending. The second one is micro bending. Even sometimes macroscopic bending we call microscopic bending. These are the two losses we come across in bending losses. First, let us talk about the macro bending losses. So I think you know what is the difference between macro and micro. So macro is a bit larger compared to micro. Micro is in small scale. So coming to the macro bending, whenever the bend is much greater, okay, that type of bending loss is called macro bending loss. So whenever a fiber is bent through a large angle and strain, जो pressure आता है at the bend point, so and the strain, it is placed at the region of bend which will change the refractive index. As I told you, whenever there is a pinch, if you take a straw through which you drink your juices, just pinch a little somewhere, what will happen? The area gets reduced because you're changing the radius. Okay, your the straw will be what? Circular in shape. So its radius will be reduced at the pinched point. Because you're changing the radius, it will affect the refractive index. And because refractive index is affected, what is changing? Critical angle is changing, because you know the formula, the relationship between refractive index and critical angle, sine theta c is equal to n2 by n1. You have already studied about this. So because radius is changing, refractive index is changing, in turn critical angle is changing. So because critical angle change हो रहा है, so total internal reflection का concept जो है, the condition, just now I have explained you that what is the condition for total internal reflection. Angle of incidence, it should be greater than the critical angle, but this condition is not being met where in the macro bending losses, because of which what is happening, there is no TIR inside the core, but however the light will enter the cladding and it will radiate, it will escape, simply escape, hence the light signal is attenuated. Okay, I have written in the bracket, signal cannot achieve total internal reflection. This is one example of a macro bending. You can see a drastic pinch, a bend is shown here. The radius of curvature is big compared to this. Okay, don't consider the area. Okay, the amount of the radius of curvature, it is the depth is too much compared to this. You can compare it with the depth. Okay, even this is also I cannot fit this kind of bending in my paper, so I have stopped that. So that's why this one example I have taken. This, the depth at which the curving is happening, so that radius of curvature, it is too much here. So if you see, there is a pinch point here, so the much of the strain, because of the strain, radius will change. Because of the radius, refractive index will change, which in turn will change the critical angle. Because critical angle is changing, आपका total internal reflection का जो concept है, the condition, it will not be met, because of which the ray will not get TIR. So what will happen? Simply it will escape. You can see, I have drawn it here. A ray enters from one side, total internal reflection. Whenever it comes to this bending part, it will not continue after this. It will simply escape, come out. Actually, it will enter the cladding first, because I have simply drawn the core here. After this, I will have cladding. So cladding material it will enter. After that, the condition is what? It has, if the path, this ray path, it is bit longer compared to this inside path, right? You can see the paths are shorter compared to this. So it has to overcome. अगर उसको वापस आना है, what it should be, the condition is, it should travel faster than the velocity of light, which is not possible, because of which it will simply radiate, it will escape. If the bending of the fiber radius, it is more than the radius of the core, yeah, why it is called a macro bending, why it is bigger, ये जो depth है, जो curving है, it is more, So the condition is this bending of the radius. What is happening here? The depth. This depth, this should be more than the radius of the core. ये जो radius है, इसका radius इतना होगा, and ये जो है, so this radius of curvature, it should be more compared to the core radius. If this condition is met, we call it macro bending. If the radius is decreased because of the bending, obviously there is a pinch, I said you at some bending portions, definitely the radius will be reduced. So what will happen? The field is more focused towards core region. We know it already. I have drawn it here. You can see I have drawn only the core region. You can see the field is moreover concentrated in the center portion, core material, core axis. You can see it is maximum here. And there will be less radiation for lower order modes compared to the higher order modes. This is evident with the last figure. See, jitna order kam hai, this is the lower order mode. If you see, this is the higher order mode. So field ka value yahan par zyada hai compared to the higher order modes. So as the field is more low focused at the core material, jitna lower order mode rahega, that is better, and attenuation kam hoga. If you are having higher order modes, so this bending loss will be more. As the radius of curvature of the bend decreases, the loss will increase exponentially. Radius of the curvature of the bend decreases, the loss will increase exponentially. The higher order modes, as I'm telling you about the lower and higher order modes are very loosely bound. Okay, they are with the fiber core, and field is not much in the core. You have observed for higher order modes compared to lower order modes, because of which higher order modes, they will have this fiber bending losses first compared to the lower order modes. Light rays are traveling through the cladding. Again, I'm repeating the same sentence which I have explained you just now. Jo bhi ray, because the total internal reflection condition is not met, the ray will enter the cladding instead of moving into the core. It will enter the cladding. So what is the condition? अगर उसको वापस core में propagate होना है, first of all, the ray path is too much. It is long compared to the ray which is traveling inside the core. Secondly, it has to cover that distance. That's why it has to travel faster. It has to travel faster than the light, that is c velocity, which is not at all possible, because of which energy is radiated. And these losses, how you can reduce the macro bending losses? Very first thing, design the optical fibers with large relative refractive index difference. In the sense, I'm talking about delta. Delta we have already studied. What is the relative refractive index and how it is related to numerical aperture. If you remember, numerical aperture and delta are related. And the second thing what you can do to reduce macro bending is you work out at a shorter wavelength. So these are the two strategies that you can follow to reduce the macro bending losses. Coming to the second type, micro bending. As the name suggests, it is micro, small scale, which is very small. So the small bending losses, they are even called mode coupling losses. I think in your question papers, this term has come. Moreover, so it is nothing but micro bending losses. Okay, mode coupling losses. Micro bends, they are repeated small scale fluctuations in the radius of curvature of the fiber axis. You can see here. Okay, what is the difference you find? This is your optical fiber. With the yellow line, I'm showing you the core material. Only the core I have shown you. You can see after this, there is a VV structure, which is showing the variation. There is a groove here. Okay, there is a groove, because of which this line is not straight. There is some curve here. After that, it is continuing, means a small portion, only this much portion is affected. only that particular structure is changed compared to the remaining structure. So this we call it a micro bending of the optical fiber. So here either the core or the cladding, here I have shown you the core, okay, either the core or the cladding undergoes a slight bending at its surface. It occurs due to the manufacturing defects in the core. Okay. Generally, it occurs due to the manufacturing defect. These losses can be caused, actually there are two reasons why these losses are caused. Very first thing is the non-uniformities in the manufacturing of the fiber. As I told you just now, during the manufacturing, some defects occur because of which this may happen. Or second reason, by non-uniform lateral pressures created during the cabling of the fiber. When you know how the optical fibers are laid, they can be used underground or even by hanging, right, with two pillars, two poles are used, or somewhere at the walls they can be mounted. So there are two, ya to aap, you know, through the air as the medium you can use, or even the underground laying of the cable is also done. So what is happening is, if you lay the underground cable, okay, assume that this is your ground and here optical fiber is laid. You know, big goods vehicles, they travel along these roads. So sometimes because of somewhat due to some pressure, okay, of the wheels or some heavy weight, what will happen, because of this pressure applied, pressure exerted by these different materials, bigger vehicles or whatever, what will happen is certain portions of these optical fibers, they get affected. You know, there is some groove or some bend is formed only at some specific places, not throughout. Okay, wherever much pressure is exerted, only that region will have certain bend. Even you can you might have observed, agar aap apna this straw, if you take, just you know, pinch that straw somewhere at some point, hold it for some few seconds, and if you open it, it will be what it will be a bit bent. Okay, it will be bit bent where you have pinched that particular straw at some position. That position, the radius will be reduced, right? So the same thing happens even with the cable also. Whenever lateral pressure is applied, this may happen. Or sometimes when these optical fibers are, they are hanging like this, and two ends, these two ends of this optical fiber, it has to be clipped. Okay, so while clipping, a particular portion of this optical fiber may experience a bend. Okay, there are two possibilities I have shown. So these are during the cabling or during the manufacturing. There are two reasons, and when we tell this micro bend loss, it may be formed or it may be caused by non-uniform lateral pressures created during the cabling of the fiber. We call the second reason, the second cause, as cabling or a packaging loss also. Okay, and I have just now showed you the structure also. Light is traveling inside, and whenever this groove, some little bend is there, when the light experience, when it comes at this contact with this particular portion, at this interface, there is a slight radius change. Okay, the radius change, the ray will encounter. So because of which, again, what will happen, PIR will not be there. Simply what will happen, it will enter the cladding and it will escape. So there are two ways how we can minimize this micro bending losses. Very first thing, while manufacturing the cable, a precise control of the diameter is maintained. That we can do. That is what it is controllable only during the manufacturing. Later on we can't do anything. But the second one is, a compressible jacket is fitted over the fiber. मतलब एक casing जैसे बना दो. Optical fiber है आपका. Okay, this is your core and this is your cladding. So what you do, put a casing for this, something like this, and This is a compressible jacket. This acts as a jacket. Why you put a jacket? The covering to protect yourself, right? So here also a compressible jacket, it is fitted over the fiber. So what will happen whenever some external pressure is applied? Assume karo ye aapka underground cabling hua hai. This is the ground. So whenever certain pressure is put over this, the point at which the pressure is exerted, you can see at this point the pressure is exerted, because of which it is getting transferred. At this point the pressure gets exerted. Okay, it has not reached the optical fiber, it has only reached that jacket. So because of which what will happen is the jacket will experience that pressure, and only most of the times the jacket will be bent. Okay, जो भी होगा deformation jacket को होगा, but your cable will be safe most of the times. So that is the second way how we can avoid micro bending losses. So first one is during the manufacturing. Second one, using a compressible jacket. You just make a covering for this optical fiber so that whenever an external pressure is applied, then the deformation jo bhi hoga, the groove, because of the pressure, it will only affect the jacket. But optical fiber, it will tend to stay relatively straight most of the times. Okay, so this is about the fiber bending losses. So we have discussed two different losses, so micro bending and macro bending under the fiber bending losses. There is one problem associated with this. Let us just, I'll just read it out. Two step index fibers exhibit the following parameters. Okay, there are two different scenarios they have given you. One is for multi-mode, one is for single mode. They are having the refractive index is 1.5. Here also I think the refractive index is same. It has delta, relative refractive index difference 3%. Here the relative refractive index difference is 0.3%. Okay, this is the difference. And wavelength lambda 0.82 micrometer. Here it is 1.55 micrometer. So two scenarios are given, two optical fibers. What we have to do, we have to estimate the critical radius of curvature. We have just now seen the formula. What is that formula? RC. RC for both single mode and multi-mode fiber. See, this is for multi-mode, this is for single mode. So for this, just check out what all is necessary. You should require lambda. You want core and cladding, both refractive indices. And even for second formula, you want lambda, core and cladding refractive indices. Additionally, we want cutoff wavelength, lambda c. Okay, so these parameters should be there to substitute in the formula. Now coming to the problem, data is given to you. Let me take the first one. It is for multi-mode fiber. So for multi-mode fiber, just check on with the formula. What is the formula? I have written here. The formula for RC is 3n1 square lambda divided by 4 pi n1 square minus n2 square raised to 3 by 2. So this is the formula. Lambda is directly given, n1 is given to you. N2 is not given to you. Okay, so what I will do, I will make use of the basic module 1 equation, numerical aperture, which is square root of n1 square minus n2 square is equal to n1 into root of 2 delta. From this equation, you find what is delta. So I have taken this, delta is equal to, okay, it is a square root, so take squares on the both the sides. Delta is equal to this. I will get delta is given to you 3%, n1 is given to you. So n2 you can find. So I will just rearrange the equation. n2 square is equal to n1 square minus 2 delta n1 square. So ये formula को rearrange करो, आपको n2 square मिलेगा. So all n1 and delta are given to you. Substitute, you will get n2. So what are all the things unknown? That's it. Lambda is already given to you. Just check. Delta is given, n1 is given, lambda is given. Fine, that is enough. So directly substitute all the values raised to 3 by 2. You will get RC for multi-mode 9 micrometer. This is the radius of curvature, okay, for that fiber axis. How much it is bent? It is 9 micrometer. This is for multi-mode. Now coming to single mode, you have delta given, you have lambda given, and refractive index of the core N1 is same means 1.5. okay, so again we will follow the same steps, starting with N2, because N2 is not given to you. Let me find N2. Use the formula again. Basic formula is Na is equal to N1 to root of 2 into delta. From this, take what is delta. Okay, with this delta, you will get what is N2 square. So substitute the values. N1 is given 1.5. Delta is, this time it is different. Earlier it was 3%, so I have taken 0.03. This time it is 0.3%, so it is 0.003. That is the difference into N1 square. So the value I got as 2.237. Now coming to lambda c is unknown to you. Okay, lambda c, how you find? Please go back to the single mode, multi-mode fiber concepts of module 1. We have already formulated this. Okay, we have seen this formula 2 pi a n1 root 2 delta divided by, this is actually V, that is normalized frequency V number. For single mode step index fiber it is 2.405. ये constant है, हमने already थोड़े problems भी solve किए हैं. Okay, so substitute the values. A, what is A? It is the radius of the core, but here core diameter is given 8 micrometer. So I will just make it half. I will get 4 micrometer, and remaining all substitute the values. Lambda c you get. After that, what is RCS? Use the formula. It is a bit bigger. All the data is available with you. Lambda, lambda c, N1, N2. Substitute all the values, you get 34 millimeter.